Hola amigos y amigas, you are now with Jocelyn, y como siempre, I'm so grateful you are here. If you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. And if you are new here, welcome as well. This is our bi-weekly energy reading where we are gaining a deeper understanding and higher conscious awareness of the overall energies for the couple of weeks ahead. We do have a Sagittarius full moon taking place on June 3rd, 2023. So we're definitely going to be tapping into those energies. And I set the intention that all the messages gained from this reading are for the overall wellness and divine awakening and healing for all beings in all places. And I also set the intention that those who are meant to receive the messages from this reading align to this video. So if you align to this video, then there may be some messages that you are meant to hear. I'd also like to just put a disclaimer out there that I do live in the city. And so if we have any city noises, neighborly noises in the background, I'm also setting the intention that we're going to remain centered and grounded throughout this reading. I thank you so much in advance for opening yourself up to receive this reading. I have already cleansed myself, cleansed my space, cleansed the decks. As I prepped for this reading, we already got some messages that came up for us. And if you would like to do an opening practice, a ritual of some sort where you are really just setting your own intentions to really open yourself up to receive the messages from this reading, go ahead and do so. Take some deep breaths, make yourself some tea, smudge your space, and grab a journal and some writing materials so you can jot down the messages that really resonate with you. Okay, let's light some incense. This also serves as my timer. Now, let's see if there are any other messages for us aside from the ones that have already came out. What is the overall energy for the next couple of weeks ahead? What is the overall energy as we approach the upcoming Sagittarius full moon? As we continue to progress into the season of spring and approach the summer solstice, what is the overall energy for the couple of weeks ahead that the collective is to be aware of? Okay. The stag, to trust and thrive. I'm actually really feeling this. What aspects of your journey are you being called, are you being nudged to really lean into trusting, into surrendering to the unknown and trusting your journey, trusting your divine unfoldment, trusting your process and how all is coming to be, falling into place for you at this time, in this moment and season of your life? Trust is your best friend. Trust is what we are really being encouraged to lean into. What do you feel you need to be more trusting of? What has been triggering your trust issues, your trust issues recently? What have you noticed you have trouble trusting? Do you have difficulty, challenges trusting? Releasing control over certain things? Do you have difficulty trusting that you are capable of not only overcoming, but really growing through whatever it is that you're going through at this time? Do you have difficulty trusting certain relationships in your life? And I'm not just talking about relationships with other people, but also your relationship with your environment, your relationship with your finances, your relationship with your heart, your relationship with your emotions. What do you feel unique to you are needing to trust more? And this is something to meditate on for each and every single one of us, but just know that whatever it is that you intuitively know you need to be more trusting of, As soon as you start practicing really, really trusting, you are going to thrive. And that is also something that we all need to trust, is that the more that we lean into trusting the divine and how everything is divinely unfolding, and trusting that everything is in divine order and that everything is working together for our highest good, and that all is well, right? That we are going to thrive. That in the trusting, in the divine, we are going to thrive. We also got the Water Guardian to connect with our emotions. I feel like one of the biggest relationships in our life that we do need to build more trust with is with our emotions. We have a lot of trust issues with our emotions as a collective, and I know that so many of us have been on the path of really practicing allowing ourselves to feel whatever is arising and not attaching ourselves to those emotions that are arising. And that really is the key, right? The key to really allowing yourself to feel your emotions in a healthy way is to not attach yourself to the emotions that are arising, that you are allowing yourself to feel and not identify with them, right? And one of the biggest and most powerful and simple transitions, if you will, that we can all make is, rather than saying, I am sad, I am frustrated, I am scared, we switch and change the wording to I feel sad, I feel frustrated, I feel scared, right? Because we're acknowledging that it's a feeling, and we're not claiming these emotions as a state of being by saying I am. It's time for us to really be, and it's been time, okay? But I know that this is a really strong theme that is coming up for us, is us really, really coming to fully understand just how powerful our words are, and being more thoughtful and more mindful of the words that we're using and we're expressing, especially when we're talking about ourselves and our lives. Because y'all, our words are so powerful. We are so powerful. Our emotions are so powerful. And I've talked about this in the previous episodes of my podcast. So highly recommend that you listen to those, especially even just the most recent episode where I talk about my gratitude in being here now and in practicing being in the present moment. All that to say, allow yourself to be cleansed, right? It's called the Water Guardian for a reason. And this is bringing up us really allowing ourselves to connect with our emotions. And I love how it also says connect and not just feel your emotions, right? Really connect with them and allow your emotions to teach you, right? That's another thing. That's another beauty of not attaching ourselves to and identifying with our emotions, is that we're able to take a step back and just observe our emotions and see what our emotions have to teach us, right? It's like, okay, let me take a moment to check in with myself. How am I really feeling? Okay, I'm noticing that I'm feeling really, really worried. Okay, I'm feeling worried. Why? Why am I feeling worried? Okay, I understand that this worry is coming from these certain situations that are happening in my life right now, but is there something deeper than that? Are these things that are happening in my life right now that are causing me to worry connected to another experience from my past years ago? Is there something even more deeply rooted here that I need to address that is calling on my attention and is part of the reasoning why this emotion of worry is arising right now? What is my calling with this emotion? What is my lesson with this emotion? Curiosity, y'all. I'm pretty sure, yeah, I have another episode on my podcast as well, shameless plugs, where I talk about how grateful I am to be someone who is so curious. You know, they say curiosity killed the cat, but I say curiosity awakened the cat. And I stand tall in that change of wording. And here we are again with the power of words. But y'all, what are some emotions that you are really needing to give yourself permission to feel? We also got the Hermit to retreat and recharge. And I find it so interesting that this card has been coming up and honestly often comes up in the readings that I've done over the past couple of years and have shared here with you. And I really just feel like this is our constant encouragement to really just allow ourselves to take those moments to retreat from our daily life, from our daily routine, from the people that we normally are always just in contact with and surrounded by, and give ourselves a moment to just be one with ourselves, right? And to really tune into our own energetic frequency, into our own energetic vibration, and get to know, right? Like what our home frequency is, because when we're not allowing ourselves to retreat and recharge, and we're constantly surrounded by other people and on the go and doing this and doing that, and not just simply being, not just taking that moment to retreat and recharge in the present moment. And it very much looks like this, right? Like you get so recharged when you're literally just in stillness and in meditation. Y'all, I'm telling you, like, you know, there are many different kinds of spiritual practices out there for us that are unique to each and every single one of us. I love that we have a plethora of healing modalities and spiritual tools out there. But there is one tool, there is one modality, there is one practice that I just feel is low-key required for each and every single one of us, and that is meditation. When is the last time you meditated? And that's why often when I share my journaling prompts with you all here on my channel, or when I share a message that I feel is really a message that we need to really allow ourselves to dive into, is I say, you know, like meditate on this prompt, meditate on this message, meditate on XYZ, really giving yourself that moment to soak it in, to contemplate it, to get curious about it. And we don't really get those opportunities to really fully, richly contemplate and reflect and be and feel, unless we're in a meditative state, right? Like you can only reach a certain depth in life without meditating. Meditating is a doorway, is a gateway, is a path to depths that no other practice in this life will gift you. Fire Guardian, ignite your passions. This is a time for us to ignite the fire within, to trust that this is the time for us to lean into our passions, to gift our passions a chance, to gift ourselves the permission to live a passionate life. Do you feel like you are living a passionate life? Do you feel like on the regular, you're just feeling so passionate, you're waking up enthused to get on with your day and to do all that you are needing to do, and going to bed just feeling so fulfilled and so grateful and so just like, I've just had such a passionate day. I have passionate relationships. I'm so passionate about how I'm investing my time and energy on a daily basis. These relationships in my life bring forth so much passionate energy. My conversations are passionate. What I'm watching, the content that I'm tuning into is all like igniting this passion. We are meant to be leaning into that energy, into that fire that's like really illuminating the light within us. It's time for us to live passionately again. If you feel like your light has just been dim for a while, do something about it, my friend, because you are worthy of living a passionate, luminous life. And it all starts by, again, retreating and recharging and getting to know your home frequency and tuning into your own self, turning inward, being really real with yourself, checking in on how it is that you're feeling and what brings about that feeling of passion for you. Every time you get even just an ounce of passion, take note of it. Like, wow, after watching this movie, I feel passionate. Okay, what about this movie made me feel passionate? After having this conversation with this person, something in me just ignited. What about this conversation ignited me? Like, what, again, leaning into that curiosity and being that investigator for yourself, investigating yourself. That is one of the best things that you can do. And it is not ever wasted time or energy. Getting to know yourself deeper and deeper is honestly one of the purposes of this life, in my opinion. So don't ever feel like you are wasting your time trying to figure out what it is that you feel passionate about. Don't ever feel like it's a waste of time getting to know yourself more deeply, right? Whatever that looks like. And it looks different for all of us. But y'all, it's time, okay? Like, what it is that you feel passionate about, there's a lot there for you to come to understand about you, and your soul's mission and purpose in this lifetime is in the passion, is in what ignites that fire within, is in what feels expansive to you and is like brightening up and illuminating your consciousness, and just like, yes, we are worthy of living that kind of life where we just feel like we're constantly expanding in the most beautiful, awe-inspiring of ways. You've got the guardian angel here, a reminder that we are not alone. You are not alone, my friend, even if you feel like you are alone, even if in your surroundings it seems like you're alone and there's no one really there supporting you on this journey of self-discovery and self-awareness and ascension and healing and awakening and expansion and all of that good stuff that I know you are journeying through, and I'm so proud of you. Know that you're not alone. Not only do you have guardian angels, but every single person that's like watching this video, that's like choosing to invest their time and energy into listening to this reading, those are your people. Like, those are like, even though we may not be together in the physical, we are together energetically, okay? We are one. You are not alone. As I am speaking to you and as you are receiving this, even though you may not be in this physical space with me right now in this moment, you're still bringing me and this energy into your present moment whenever it is that you're watching this. And there is a sense of togetherness here, and I acknowledge that. I am here with you in your present moment, and I hope that you receive and just not be so like not just like closed-minded or small-minded or narrow-minded, but taking a moment to like take a step back and realize that like energetically, like, I am not alone. There are other people watching this reading, and there are other people that are also on this path of enlightenment. There are other people who are feeling very similarly to how I am feeling. I am never alone in my human experience, not just with other humans, but again, coming back to in the spiritual realm, your angels, your ancestors, the sacred ones, the guardians, mother in the earth, father in the sky, most high, source, creator, God, whatever higher power it is that you believe in and are exploring and developing a relationship with, keep reminding yourself that you are never alone, not in this moment, not in any moment. God is everywhere. in everything all the time. Lastly, but not leastly, the overall energy right now is to move in a new direction. And I love this because it really is giving this energy lately of just like, ever since the spring equinox and just the energetic new year, it really just feels like quantum leap season, right? It just feels like, and some of you may not resonate with this. And if you don't, I don't want you to feel like you're missing out or like you're behind or anything. No. Whether you're consciously aware of it or not, we are all moving in a new direction collectively and individually. And if any of you feel nudged to move in a new direction, to choose differently, if that feeling, if that intuition is telling you it's time to experience something new in any aspect of your life, lean into that, listen to that. I was revisiting some of like my old content. I don't remember if it was a tweet that I did or a newsletter or what, but there was something that I said that was like, it might have been on my podcast actually. I said something like, when you feel, you know what? I'm not even gonna front. I don't fully remember what it was, but what's coming up for me that is, in tune with that piece of content that I revisited is that like when you start to question a direction, a relationship, an investment that you're making with your energy, that's already a sign that you're beginning to outgrow that thing. Okay. Allow yourself to outgrow your life. Allow yourself to outgrow this season. Allow yourself to outgrow your own self. Allow yourself to outgrow others, your environment, right? We are meant to be constantly expanding. If we're not constantly growing and changing and expanding, we're dead. Whatever isn't growing and expanding and changing is dead, right? And the longer that we hold on to what is not growing, what is not changing, what is not expanding, the more stagnant we're going to begin to feel, the more held back we're going to begin to feel, the more suppressed we're going to begin to feel, because it's just this like this blocked energy that we're not allowing ourselves to let go of and release. So we are in a time where we're being called to travel, to explore, and to move in a new direction. And again, that is going to take a lot of trust. Like, it's not easy, because moving in a new direction or choosing different, experiencing anything that's genuinely new is the unknown. Because if it's known, then it's part of the past, right? We've already experienced this. It's nothing new. If it's genuinely new, then it is something that is unknown. And being in the unknown can be scary, right? Because we all have been conditioned and programmed to believe that we need to be in control of everything. And if we don't know everything, then we're not in control. And if we're not in control, then that means that we don't have the reins on our life, that we're irresponsible, that we're not fully equipped to journey through this life, that we're not being successful, that we're failing if we don't know everything, if we don't have control over everything. But that cannot be further from the truth, y'all. Okay. If anything, like really, again, vibrating higher and expanding our conscious awareness into the knowing and the truth that we don't have control over everything. And we are meant to surrender control over many aspects of our lives, more than we actually realize. And we deepen our trust in the unknown, and we allow the divine to move through us. Like, that is success to me. That kind of courage, living life in that way, that to me tells me that like you really know what's up, right? That like you really are in alignment, and you're like, let's move in a new direction. Let's allow ourselves to grow and expand in the ways that we're being called to grow and expand. And trust that in doing so, in giving ourselves that permission and in trusting the process, we will thrive. Okay? Should any challenges or obstacles arise in the next couple of weeks as we progress into the Sagittarius full moon, into the season of spring, and approach the summer solstice, what energies are we being called to be made aware of? What would you like for the collective to lean into? What would you like for the collective to know when it comes to challenges or difficulties? Okay, we've got quite a few here, so I'm not gonna dive in. Trust. Here we have again another confirmation that this is a season that we're really, really meant to be just trusting. And not that trust is a seasonal thing. Trust is honestly a journey that it's something that we continue to deepen over time, right? And it's not, I don't want you to receive this as oh, now is the time to trust, but later I'm not going to need to be so trusting. No, we're always needing to be very trusting of life, because the truth of life is that much of life is a mystery, okay? However, in the season, there are certain seasons where we're just feeling a bit, because there can be so many changes and transitions and transformations going on individually and collectively, we do just get that nudge and that reassurance from the divine, from spirit, to just trust, okay? Just gentle reminder, trust that all is well, trust that all is unfolding divinely, trust that all is in divine order, trust that you're being divinely protected, trust that you're divinely supported and guided, trust that all is working for your highest good and in your favor. Should any challenges or obstacles be arising, be present, or I don't even want to claim that challenges and obstacles are on their way, because it really is all up to our perception, right? A mountain is a mountain as long as we name it a mountain, okay? A challenge is a challenge as long as we name it a challenge. It really is all about perception and the way that we choose to view things. However, if you are perceiving challenges and obstacles in your life, trust that those challenges and obstacles are actually working in your favor, even though that may not make any sense as you're listening to this. And know, I'm not going to get too into this, but know that you are the one to have things work in your favor. One, by shifting your perception into one where you do fully believe and trust that everything is working in your favor. And two, in seeing every experience in your life as an opportunity to learn. And that is one of the biggest ways that you have every single experience in your life work in your favor, is by seeing everything as a lesson, seeking out that lesson, getting curious about what that lesson may be, and then learning, and then integrating the learning and embodying the lesson, the learned lesson, in such a way that it becomes wisdom. It no longer triggers you. And then you can then share that wisdom with others, and you continue to grow, and we continue to receive these perceived challenges and obstacles and difficulties, and continue to have all of these experiences that are meant to teach us something so that we can continue to evolve our souls. Okay, so know that you have that power to really fully claim and be a pure reflection of everything is working out for my highest good and everything is working in my favor. Focus. What's coming up for me for this is two things. One, be mindful of what it is that you're focusing on. Where your focus goes, energy flows. And the more that you focus on it, the more energy is being cultivated in that thing that you're focusing on. Choose to focus on the good. Choose to focus on the blessing. Choose to focus on the lessons in your life. Be very mindful of what it is that you're focusing on. Excuse me. And also the other thing that I'm getting in regards to that is, kind of the same thing, but focus on the best possible outcome. And know that this is going to take practice. And this is actually something that I'm very, very actively practicing right now, is just being very mindful of my thoughts. And whenever there is a disempowering thought that I am noticing, that I am observing, I acknowledge it. And then I begin to actively think of a more empowering thought. Okay? Your focus is your power. Honor that power. Miracles. Gentle reminder that you are on the timeline. You are living a life of miracles. You yourself are a miracle. You are living a miraculous life. The simple fact that you are living, that you are existing in this universe is a miracle. But all that aside, there are miracles on their way to you now that you've got to open yourself up to receive. And part of that opening up is going to come from you letting go of those challenges and difficulties, is going to come through you learning the lessons you're meant to learn through those perceived challenges and difficulties. Everything that is unfolding in your life right now is a miracle, is leading you to a miracle. Trust, again, continuously trusting that all is working for my highest good, trusting that as I lean into trust, I will thrive, trusting that as I continue to shift my focus into more empowering energy, I will thrive. Miracles will arrive in my life as I continue to allow myself to be more open and receptive to these higher vibrations. Leadership, being that leader of your life, right? Taking ownership over your focus, allowing yourself to connect with your emotions, practicing trust. Those are all ways in which you are stepping into the leadership role of your life. And you're meant to be the leader of your life, right? If you're someone that struggles, quote unquote, struggles with people pleasing, struggles with really confronting the truth that you do have a lot of power over your life, and that there may have been many ways in which you've just been giving your power away, and really confronting that truth is hard for you, because then it makes you feel guilty and shameful that you haven't been the leader of your life, and you've just been coasting, and you've just been, don't be so hooked on, and I know this is easier said than done, but don't be so attached to just I never did this in the past, and just ruminating in that. It's time for us to be present in the now and acknowledge okay, I may have not been this person in the past, but I'm becoming this person now. I am noticing all the ways in which I haven't been in leadership. I haven't been in my power, and that sucks, right? I do wish that I was in my power sooner, but I'm so grateful that I'm becoming aware of this now. And now that I'm still here, I'm still alive, I can choose to be in my power. And I'm going to actively be choosing that every single day that I'm gifted another day in this life. And I'm so proud of that. Focus more on that, right? Focus more on all the ways in which you are just improving, and all the ways you are growing, and all the ways you are becoming more aware. You deserve to be more focused on that than on the past and all the things that you don't have, or you wish you were, or the shouldas and the couldas and the wouldas. Focus on the now and who it is that you're becoming now in this present moment. That is one of, if not the most grand way in which you actually take your power back is by being present. And again, highly recommend my latest podcast episode where I talk about the practice and the power of being present. Purification, we're going through purification. Our thoughts, our minds, bodies, and spirits are all being purified. Yes, the challenges and obstacles and difficulties all have such a major role in assisting us in the purification because they are revealing to us what it is that needs to be purified, period. Openness. I love that we have a full moon here. Again, open yourself up to these insights. Open yourself up to receive the miracles. Open yourself up to receive your own self, your own being, your own home frequency. Open yourself up to trust more. Stillness. This goes back to this energy of retreating and recharging, of allowing yourself to be the hermit so that you may be still and so that you can open yourself up in that stillness. Patience. Patience is a big one right now and always. Strengthen your patience. Strengthen your ability to just be present and not need to rush, right, to a solution or to a different situation, or to just no need to rush, no need to force. Where it is that you're meant to be is not going to have you rushing, it does not require you to rush there. I'm going to say that again. Where it is that you are meant to be does not require you to rush there. Forgiveness. Some of the challenges and obstacles that are rising for you mentally and spiritually are rising because there's some forgiveness that needs to be made. Who do you need to forgive? First and foremost, your own self. I always say, if you're finding it hard to forgive yourself, forgive the other that is involved, that may be involved. If you find it difficult to forgive the other, forgive yourself first. Nevertheless, just because it's difficult, don't skip out on it. Often the things that are challenging and are perceived as difficult are the things that, again, really, really propel us to the growth that we are meant to experience. Lastly, we got purity here, which is another just direct reflection of the purification that we are meant to be experiencing and allowing ourselves to experience. Just know that the perceived challenges and obstacles in your life are intending to purify you. Okay, what is the collective encouraged to heal at this time as we progress into the Sagittarius Full Moon? What would you like for the collective to know in regards to what they're meant to heal? What is the collective meant to be healing at this time? Okay. We've got growth here. Just healing our relationship with change so that we can experience growth, right? There is no growth without change. If everything stays the same, it's not growing. It's not expanding. It's stagnant. So we are very much in a period of growth right now, especially because we are in the season of spring. We are witnessing so much growth happening all around us, and know that all that is reflected in nature is also very much so existent within your own self. So all the blooming, all the growing, all the flourishing that you're seeing happening in nature during this season, all the manifestation, all the physical manifestation that is happening in nature during this season is also occurring within you. Notice that and grow. Allow yourself to grow. Are you giving yourself permission to grow? Duality. I feel like healing, something that I came across recently is that duality actually stagnates our growth, because duality is this sense of being separate from the other. So I just feel like what's coming up here with this word of duality is the reminder of oneness, that we are one with the whole. And so therefore we are whole. We are one with the divine, and so therefore we are divine. And so healing that illusion of separation that is causing us to feel like we are alone, that is causing us to feel like we're not abundant, that is causing us to feel like we're not a part of the divine unfoldment, that is causing us to feel other. Okay? We've also got New Day. I just feel like this is, we've been receiving so many constant little reminders here that we very much are on the brink of newness. We very much are on the brink of just this miraculous new season of our lives. And as I mentioned earlier, I don't know about you, but I have definitely just felt like this isn't just like a new chapter. This is like a whole new era. Like just this like energetic buildup of like my whole life is really about to change. Trust that. If you feel that as well, trust that. If you're not feeling that yet, trust that you're not meant to be feeling that in this moment yet. But also check in with yourself and see if you're blocking yourself from actually receiving that feeling. If you've been telling yourself like everything's staying the same, nothing is changing, like don't be out here claiming that nothing is changing in your life. Don't be out here claiming that you're not growing and expanding and healing. Like, honor the power that you have with your word and with your focus and what it is that you declare over yourself and your life. Okay? Don't be your own blockage. Again, easier said than done. And yeah. Don't be your own blockage. Be your opening. I feel like that really could be perhaps like the main theme of this, is like us being our opening. Okay, there's quite a few more cards here. Honor your energy. Okay, we've got psychic development. Full moons can be a time where our psychic abilities, intuitive abilities really do illuminate. They really do become more prominent and powerful. So again, just opening yourself up to receive those psychic developments and intuitive messages that you may be receiving amongst this full moon that we're going to be experiencing on June 3rd. Okay, there's actually quite a bit of surrender cards here, so I'm not going to allow more cards to come out. So let's get into what's already here and the other couple that just came out right now. Surrender the habit of people-pleasing. Have you been people-pleasing? People-pleasing is a habit that does block you from living your passionate life, that does block you from honoring your own energy, that does block you from being purified, that does block you from what you're really feeling. Speak your needs and be true to yourself. Focus on your own happiness instead of always trying to make everyone else happy. Trust that what makes you happy and what lights you up and what ignites your fire and what makes you feel passionate is meant for you, is what you're meant to lean into and pursue and invest in. Even if it looks so different and so odd compared to everyone else, we're not meant to be here comparing ourselves to others, period. Okay? Speak your needs and be true to yourself and surrender the habit of people pleasing. Also surrender to what is. Flow with what is instead of fighting it. When you can't change a situation, compassionately accepting it exactly as it is will bring you peace. This is also very much a reflection of my latest podcast episode where I talk about the practice and power of being present. Surrender to what is. Have you in any way been fighting your current circumstances, your external environment, your internal environment? Have you been just avoiding it? Have you been not wanting to acknowledge the truth of just how things are right now? And also acknowledging that a lot of the times, like, we're not actually experiencing life as it is. We're experiencing our perceptions of how life is. And the two are very different. Ponder on that. Surrender to silence. In quiet meditation or contemplation, let go and enter the stillness within. Silence can heal and replenish you. I love how stillness has come up a few times here in this reading. Receive that as an affirmation and encouragement that we are meant to be practicing stillness at this time. And I think a lot of it does have to do with the fact that we're meant to be receiving psychic development and downloads. Surrender procrastination. Now is the time to jump on a goal instead of putting it off. Taking action will attract success. Again, stepping into that leadership role in your life and creating that forward motion, right? Like starting to like really just kind of like disrupt the stagnancy, right? And creating that movement, even if it's just a little bit. Surrender procrastination. But don't be hard on yourself in doing so. Surrender your desire to control people. Being over-controlling can sabotage relationships. To more effectively achieve your goals, back off, regroup, and give the situation some breathing room. I feel like that's a very specific message to specific people watching this. Surrender the idea you can fix someone. It's time for a relationship to shift. If it doesn't work, it's time for a relationship to shift. It doesn't work to try to fix someone. Each person must be accountable for his or her own healing. Each and every single one of us are responsible and accountable for our own healing, our own growth, our own awakening. Nobody else is responsible for that. If you've been waiting for others to heal you, if you've been waiting for others to be there for you, to fix you, to whatever, you're going to be waiting quite some time. Same vice versa. If you have been desiring to fix someone else, to heal someone else, to awaken someone else, and you're waiting for that healing, awakening, fixing to happen, you're going to be waiting quite some time. That's not our work to do. That is work for the divine to do upon us and upon the others of which we are praying for healing and awakening. Surrender to spirit. Once you've done everything you can to achieve a goal, turn the situation over to the divine. Let spirit work its magic for you. I feel like this may be like the main surrender for us. And this, I feel like, is one of the main themes and energies of the next couple of weeks of this moment of this season of this Sagittarius full moon, is surrendering to spirit. And again, that does take a lot of trust, but oh my gosh, will we thrive in surrendering to spirit and trusting that once we've done everything, once we've just done our best, whatever our best looks like in every given moment, surrendering it over to the divine and trusting that our best is enough, right? Trust that you are safe to surrender to spirit and give yourself permission to experience spirit working its magic on you, for you, through you, as you. Let's get some affirmations going to bring this reading to a close. What are some affirmations for the collective at this time? What are some affirmations for the collective at this time? What affirmations would you love for the collective to hear? Okay. Freedom is my divine right. I am free to think wonderful thoughts. I move beyond past limitations into freedom. I am now becoming all that I am created to be. Love this so much. I am in the process of positive change. I am unfolding in fulfilling ways. Only good can come to me. I now express health, happiness, prosperity, and peace of mind. I forgive myself. As I forgive myself, I leave behind all feelings of not being good enough, and I am free to love myself. I always love how these affirmations just bring these readings full circle in such a divine way. I am at peace. Divine peace and harmony surround me and dwell in me. I feel tolerance, compassion, and love for all people, myself included. Every thought I think is creating my future. The universe totally supports every thought I choose to think and believe. I have unlimited choices about what I think. I choose balance, harmony, and peace, and I express it in my life. Lastly, but not leastly, I claim my own power and I lovingly create my own reality. Tell me these affirmations haven't just encapsulated basically everything that we've talked about in this reading. I ask for more understanding so that I may knowingly and lovingly shape my world and my experiences. I claim my own power and I lovingly create my own reality. Love that so much. Love you all so much. Thank you so much for opening yourself up to receive this reading, for bringing me into your present moment. I truly am so honored, and I pray that this reading has brought you clarity, comfort, and or confidence in some way, shape, or form. I'd absolutely love to know what messages really resonated with you and moved your spirit in the comment section below. You already know your girl loves to connect with you all in the comments, so I look forward to speaking to some of you there. Check out the Sagittarius Full Moon journaling prompts that I will be dropping on my channel if it's not already dropped on my channel for you to check out. I look forward to seeing you all in the next video. Blessed Sag Full Moon. Bye.